I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I love Parade, and so I'm super excited to have you on. And so for the first part, can you please explain a little bit about yourself for those who don't know who you are?
Okay, I'm Jack Roden, and I'm playing Frankie Epps in the Parade National Tour. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, so down south. And I went to school in New York, so I've been a New York native for about 4 years now. So yeah,
That's awesome. And
and
so,
no.
what was your audition process like for Parade compared to other auditions that you've done?
Well, I'm pretty pretty new to the theaters scene in New York. So I actually got signed this summer by an agent off of my TikTok account, um, which was so random
Yeah.
and but very lucky. And then the first thing they sent me was a self-tape for this part. And I think it was at first kind of like test how I would respond. And I responded in a good timely manner and did good work, I think. And then they had the official tape request a couple months later. And so they sent me that and um it was pretty much the same thing. So we were like, do we want to retape things? And I was like, honestly, no, like I feel good about it. So we just sent them that. And then they called me in for one callback and I went inside and they gave me two songs and two scenes to do. And I only did two songs and then Michael Arden, our director, who won the Tony for this show, which well deserved, is incredible. Um, he asked me to tell him a joke, and that was my worst nightmare a little bit. And I came up with a really poor knock knock joke, but I really landed it. Um, so I hit the jackpot there, and then he just said thank you, and then a couple weeks later, I heard the good news, and I was really glad I was in for some other good projects at the same time. And it was always this one, like it was always this one that I really was, it's just a special production.
Have you
So,
seen Parade before, or was this your first experience with Parade?
I hadn't seen it at City Center or on Broadway, but I honestly like the original cast recording was, one that oh, it was one of those weird niche cast recordings that I was always fond of, and I always listened to Brent Carver. Just watching him, I mean, he's incredible. But
Yeah.
no, I had never seen this production, so it's nice to come at it with
Yeah.
fresh eyes.
Yeah, and so obviously it's a little different playing Frankie because he was a real person. And so, what was your process of researching Frankie to bring your take on his life?
Yeah, I mean, so this show is so unique because most of the characters are non-fictional, historical people. Um, and my character is based on a real kid, but um, a lot of his arc is fictional. So I obviously I listened to all the podcasts I could find, and I read a couple of books, and I have my checklist that I do for every show I'm in. But I researched the hell out of the case. But with Frankie, I think it is kind of freeing because I could, I say this with hesitancy because he has a lot of problems, but I think what made it such an interesting character to approach was he's similar to a lot of us in a lot of ways, and obviously he has a lot of different moral beliefs, but just like breaking down a character that's this construed and I don't know, this prejudice has this much prejudice. Just breaking those emotions and those motives down to the basics was the most interesting part because, he just like me loves people that are his family and his friends,
Mhm.
and he hates people who he has been taught to hate. And,
Yeah.
I would probably hate this kid who I'm portraying every night, but he would probably hate me. So I just kind of like try to separate myself, but also find ways to bring myself to him because
Yeah.
he's a human being, and I think playing him honestly um help, it honors the story the best.
Yeah, that's great. And so, this is a 6 month tour, correct?
9
9 month now.
goes through
Uh,
September, yeah.
Sweet. And so, what tour stop are you looking forward to the most, and why?
Oh gosh. It's got to be Atlanta because I'm from Chattanooga and I always would go to the Fox to watch. I saw Wicked there when I was young and I saw Dear Evan Hansen. So I mean, that's gonna be special, but also the historical significance of Parade being there. I mean, I think it's just important that right now with this political climate, the administration change about to come up, just that we're telling this story and this cast is so brave and so committed. And so I think doing it in the South is just it's gonna be intense. And we've been warned about protesters, which happened in New York.
In New York,
There was
yeah.
picketers. The Broadway production it is insane. I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and I was just like, the fact that people are still so held up about this case baffles me because I think and the way that the show portrays it is Leo is innocent, and I think there's little evidence that he would have done it. Um, so it just blows my mind that people are still using this as a way of projecting anti-Semitism, and we're definitely going to run into that in the South, and we're prepared, and that's why we're doing it. Um, so I think like that, it being close to my home, also that theater is massive. It's
Oh, yeah.
almost 5,000 seats. So we're just excited to play that house and be in that area and go see the uh the grave site and the plaque, and which is what our show starts with and ends with. It starts with a huge projection of this plaque where somebody wrote a plaque about, this is where Leo was lynched, and so it's very heavy, and we're gonna go visit that, and yeah,
Yeah, that's
I'm
awesome.
really
And
looking forward to
so,
that.
sorry. Out of all the roles that you've played, which role, besides Frankie, which role have you enjoyed the most? Because I imagine Frankie is a big bucket list item.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is my first really big job,
Yeah,
and I think, oh gosh, I think I would probably say, oh my gosh, I have to think. I just did a production of Godspell
oh, nice.
at school, and it was with 12 of my closest friends, and it was just awesome. Like it was packed out every night, and people love that show. I didn't know. I had
Yeah,
never really interacted with it, but the audience was like singing with us at the bows, and like, man, it has everything you love in a show. It's funny.
yeah,
I love playing stupid characters like brainless. So it has that. It has improv in it. Like we're doing new things every night. Um, we were and then it just rips your heart out at the end, and the music is gorgeous, obviously.
yeah.
So I would say my character in Godspell, which was just me, apparently.
That's great. And so, if you could swap characters with anyone in the show, gender aside, which character would you swap with and why?
Oh, gosh. That's a tough one. I think in Parade, right?
Yeah.
The the factory girls have this crazy trio that is just I was talking to somebody about it at dinner tonight. It was just so impressive to me. Um, their harmonies are so tight, and the way that this music is written is it's a masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
Um, so it's like they're singing this really tight harmony trio over this underscoring from another song, and it sounds wrong on purpose, and it's so impressive. And they have this great choreography that our choreographers have set up, and I mean, I love watching that song every night, and they do a great job. So I would probably say them. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, out of the whole show, as Frankie, do you have a favorite line and a favorite scene that you perform?
Uh, my favorite scene to do is the funeral, just because it's like everything that a person can go through in one song.
Yeah.
It's a crazy range of emotions. He starts off in shock, and he's asked to remember these things about Mary, and it's like this positive music and this joy about her memory. And then he kind of realizes that, she's gone, and it's horrible sadness. And then it just shifts into the terrifying ending. So it's literally like this
Yeah.
huge mountain of a
Yeah.
journey. Um, I would say like that whole scene is just it's a dream. That's been a dream of mine to do. So getting to do that in front of these huge houses is it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, obviously you're new, but like, what are you looking forward most to touring around the United States?
Oh gosh, I mean, I haven't really been out of the South and or New York a lot. Like I've just kind of been in those bubbles. So I'm just excited to see the country. I've really I love to explore. I love nature, which is something that's hard with New York. There's not a lot of that.
Yeah.
So just getting to go around and I've already made good friends in the cast. I mean, they're great people and we have such a great work relationship and personal relationship. We know a good balance. Um, so I'm just excited to see these places I've never been. And out west, I've never been out west really. Um, I don't know. Yeah, they have us going through the Northeast in the winter, which is gonna be a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still gonna be fun. I'm excited. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so, what was your reaction when you found out you booked Frankie?
Oh my gosh, I posted this video on TikTok, and I was at dinner with my agents, and my agent is, I mean, they're just the best. I've been so blessed to be with people who really you can feel, it just feels like they care about me and as a person. So he was like, I this has been a crazy week for me when I got the news, and I was going in for a Broadway show, and I was in final callbacks for it, and it was exhausting on top of school, which I'm still
Yeah.
doing. Um, and then I was also taping for another replacement on Broadway, and I was far in the process for all this stuff and parade. So I was like crossing my fingers that one of these had to work out, and I would have been so excited about any of these jobs. Um, and he was like, "Let's get dinner. Like, I owe you a drink," which he didn't, but I let him. Um, he slides me his phone, or he sends me a screenshot of it's from the Telsey office, a
Oh, nice.
text to him. And it just says, uh, Michael Arden loves Jack for Frankie. And I was just like, I literally like dropped my phone. I was like, you're joking. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things I was like, obviously I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that I was capable. But also it's kind of hard to believe until it's right in front of you and it happens and it's reality. So I think I'm as shocked and I was ecstatic. But after that and after being here, it it made me realize that it's attainable. And I I've been humbled in my short career before. I remember I didn't get into any musical theater schools at all. I got rejected from all of them. And that was very disheartening.
Yeah.
And I was close to quitting, and I'm glad I didn't, obviously, because I think I have a good foot in the door now. But it's just one of those things that I'm lucky. Um, but it, it can happen. There's ways, so many ways.
Yeah, that's great. And so what got you into theater when you were younger?
Oh gosh. Okay. My mom, my mom made me and my sister. Um, she was working like overtime. It was like during the market crash back in 2008. So she was working a lot. And me and my sister were in school, and she, we were young. We were like, I was maybe 9 or 10, and she she needed me and her to do something in the summer. So she put us in this summer camp, and we were doing Aristocats Junior. It was like a 2 week thing, and I had never sang or acted, but for some reason my mom had put me in breakdancing lessons, which is like such a
Yeah.
strange skill to have. But I can breakdance, which is a funny special skill that I flaunt in
Yeah.
my audition rooms. But yeah, so I go up for this audition for this camp, and I'm like, I don't know how to sing. Reminder, I'm like literally 9 years old. I'm like, I don't know how to sing or act, but I can break dance. And so I busted a move, and I got a part, and I my part, I literally said the same 5 words 3 times. I had 3 lines, and it was all the same. Um, but yeah, I don't know, something about that show made me geek out about it, and
Yeah.
the rest is history.
That's
Uh,
great. And so what advice would you give to younger performers who want to pursue acting as a professional career?
um, hmm, I think I would say, um, find out what keeps or what makes you tick. Um, because everybody has their niche. So say you love theater and you want to do it. Find out what makes you different, what makes you stand out, and what you do the best. And there's always going to be somebody that is a better. I always tell myself this when I go into a room. Like, there's always going to be somebody that's a better singer or a better dancer or a better actor, but they don't do it like me. However that may be. So, which is taking me a long time to figure that out. But just give yourself the space to search for that. Search for what makes you different as a person, because a lot of this is just fitting yourself into a character. It's not transforming. I mean, there's obviously cases where you need to do that, but like even with Frankie, it's like obviously I don't believe a lot of the things that he believes, but um finding ways that I connect to him and his wants and needs, and how I do that in a unique way and differently than everybody else, I think gives me the confidence so that you need.
Yeah. That's great. And so that wraps up the question portion, but I have the parade lyrics here, and I like to do guess the lyrics with people. So we're
Oh
gonna do a
God.
little parade guess the lyric.
Okay, let's do it.
So we're gonna start off with the opening number. So,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
then we'll work our way down the show. So this line is sung by Old Soldier. We gave our lives to the old hills of Georgia, the old red hills of home.
My turn.
Yeah.
Not much survives in the old hills of Georgia.
Yes.
There we go. I got that one.
All right. Uh, Leo sings, I go to bed at night, hoping I wake, this will all be gone. Hoping when I wake, this will all be gone.
And it was just a dream, and I'll be home again,
Yes.
back again in Brooklyn.
Yes.
There we go.
Ready? Now this one you should be able to get. So,
It's mine. Is it mine?
yeah.
Oh, I got it.
I'm gonna go to the picture show. There's a movie I've got to see.
You know the one called The Silver Gun? Well, I've been watching since chapter three.
Yes. I love that
There you
song. It is
go.
such a good song.
It's a
Such a fun
bop.
song to sing too.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
one
it
of
is.
like one of the happiest songs in the before everything gets like sad. So
Yeah, that's what sucks about this show is it got some good, joyful moments in there, and then it
and
rips
then
your
it
heart
pulls,
out.
yeah. Alrighty, so this and some of these lyrics might be off because these are from the original Broadway cast recording. So
Okay, be
uh
lenient with me.
Lucille sings Horse and a Maid, two sets of china, everything I was wishing.
Gosh, I'm stumped on this one. What is it?
It is New Winter Coat, Real Emma Collar, who'd have known Lucille?
I would have never gotten that.
That one was from Leo at War Clash. What am I waiting for?
Yeah, I'm literally on stage for that too, but I'm facing the wall, so I want to give myself some grace right there.
Alrighty, and then this one is from You Don't Know This Man.
Okay.
Then you don't know this man. I don't think you could.
You don't have the right to know a man so wise and good. He is
Yes.
an honest man. Such a good song. Talia is incredible at that
Yeah, I
song.
bet.
I mean, my gosh. Yeah.
This one is from another one of yours. It's from your testimony, so you should be able to
Okay.
get this one. Uh, uh, so Mary said, uh, ugh. uh, Mary says, looks at me. You say, looks at you. Everybody looks at you, and then you ask her, what's he do? So you're kind of guessing Mary's line.
Okay. He calls my name. I turn my head.
Yes,
There we go.
that's correct.
I
This
gotta
one,
know that. Right there every time.
this one is from Leo's statement slash it's hard to speak my heart.
Gosh, this is my favorite song in this show.
You see me as I am. You can't believe I'd lie.
Gosh, let's see. Trying to think how this goes. I'll know it if I get the melody. Can't believe I lie. You can't believe I do these deeds.
Yes.
There we go.
So this one is from another well-known song. This still not over yet. So,
Incredible song.
uh, make the hangman stop his drumming because I'm coming into town to win the day.
Somehow I haven't with my scheming screwed things up beyond redeeming.
Yes. And I
There we go.
absolutely love how he sings the song. I saw the Broadway.com video,
Oh my
and I'm so
gosh.
excited to see his version live.
He
It's
is
so good.
his voice is insane. I mean, it just works so well. He was born to do this part. I mean,
Yeah.
just the timbre of his voice is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so this one is from All the Wasted Time. Uh,
Oh,
I, I will
so
never,
good.
I will never understand how all the world misjudged you.
This is Lucille, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, you might have beat me here.
You just got
What is
the.
it? I know. I'm changing in this one. What is it?
So it's I will never understand how all the world misjudged you when I have always known how lucky I must be.
Mm, yeah.
And so this one is from the finale.
Oh gosh. I sing in
Um,
this one.
Mary says, "Happy Memorial Day."
It's me, right?
Yeah.
I go to fight
Yes,
for these old hills
that
behind.
is correct.
There you
All
go.
right, so I'd like to thank you for joining me today.